Hello guys, today we are going to review the smallest flashes I have ever seen in my life or I have ever owned in my life. And these two flashes are the Zeniko ZF08 and the Zeniko ZF04. But first, welcome to my channel. I'm Sam Boating from Boography Studios, and today we are going to have a nice review. So, to begin with, they were sent by Zeniko to me for free to review them. I get to keep them, but as always, they don't get to review the video, and I'm going to be fully unbiased with my opinions anyway. And if that will cost me to not work with some brands, well, that's be it. But I like to be honest with my reviews, and that's what I am going to do. So, what basically these two offer? So we have the ZF4 here, and we have the ZF8 here. What are the differences? Well, I got sent basically these two colors, which are like silver and black, even though I like more like darker tones, as you get my point. But they have like a black out version, and I hope they will have sent me that. But this is pretty beautiful because it has that nice vintage look. And this usually will go with like smaller cameras, so the ZF kind of style cameras from Nikon, or the ZV lineup from Sony, or the S9, for example, from Lumix kind of style of cameras, or Fuji, pretty much almost all Fuji cameras will benefit from this, or OM systems, or Panasonic ZV, I guess they are called like that cameras, but you got my point, right? So the difference between these two are basically that the ZF4 is a bit smaller than the ZF8, and that comes with a little bit less power that we will talk about pretty soon. But first, let's talk about what basically these two flashes have, right? So they have one pin connection point basically that is here, which it means that is going to basically connect to your camera with any camera that has a hot shoe, which this means that the S9 just got cancelled from this list. But any camera that has a hot shoe will work with this flashes, because they are going to communicate directly with the camera, kind of. So this don't fully connect, or kind of you can't control it as a classic flash in your camera, right? So what you can do, it's basically just click your shutter button, and the flash will basically get a trigger from the hot shoe that you are flashing. So you want some light, and it will flash according to what you have set it up to. And even that we will talk about in a minute, because I want to talk about first the main features that they have, right? So I already mentioned the pin under here, which is basically what is going to basically communicate straight with your hot shoe cameras. Then it has an output light of about 6500 Kelvin. So it's pretty, let's say, on the warmer side, or if we really want to be technical, on the colder side, because yeah, it's actually the inverse. So the warmer is actually more towards the blue, and the colder is more towards the red. But that's kind of what is in the film industry and in kind of in the science, but doesn't matter. The main thing that we understand each other, right? And after you trigger basically the flash, the flash will need at least or about 3 seconds after every shot to kind of reboot itself. So you get one shot, you have to wait 1, 2, 3, and then you can shoot again. It has a flash sync. Why a flash sync? It has a flash sync of about 1/250, and yeah, these are the main things that they have in common, these two flashes. Now let's talk about what they have, what feature each one of these ones has, right? So let's start from the ZF4. Okay, so the ZF4 weighs 20 grams and delivers up to 372 flashes before you need to recharge it. And then recharging time is about 40 minutes. And weirdly, I can't really find the way to check my battery except on just when it will stop flashing. I guess it will be dead, which it's different on the ZF08. But in any case, this one comes in this really nice pouch. I wouldn't know how to call it. It's like a bit fluffy. It's quite nice. And it comes inside. There is the charging cable basically. So that's pretty much what the ZF4 comes with. But now let's go with the ZF8, because the ZF8 comes in a really premium package. It comes in this beautiful box here, which is really rugged, is really protected, and I like it really, really much. But there already makes you understand that between the two, this one is the pro version and the ZF4 is kinda for anyone who is not pro but wants to have an onboard flash basically, right? So the Zeniko ZF8 weighs 36 grams, which is 16 more than the ZF4. It even shoots more flashes, which is 445 flashes until you need to recharge it. It will take a little bit more time to charge, so it will take about an hour to charge because it's bigger, it has a bigger output, which we will see soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And in this one, there is a way to actually check your battery. So to turn it on, you just have to press the button on the back here, which you have only 2 of them. Then there is one button with the flash on. So if you click the flash on and you keep it pressed, it will start basically going on and off, and it will show you how much battery percentage you have. Like in my case here, I have 3 left, right? So soon I will actually explain what these lights are, but I have 3 flashes of light here. While if I turn on the Zaniko F4 here, it has only 2 lights, and I click it, I press it, click, as I would do in the ZF8 to check basically the light, it doesn't blink. So there isn't really a straightforward way for you to check on the ZF4. But from now on, I'm going to mostly demonstrate with the ZF8 because that's what I mostly tested, because it's most powerful and more useful to me. So how you turn it off and on? Well, I kind of already showed it, right? So you turn it on and off by the on and off battery here, the on and off switch here basically. Then how you can check your output control, right? Because as I was saying earlier, you cannot control this flash from your camera. This flash works independently. The only way to control the output of this camera is on board of this flash is on board of the flash, right? So here you have 5 here you have 5 blinking lights. You have 5 circles, 5 blinking lights, while the ZF4 has 2. So that means that this one is able to output 3 more intensity of light compared to the ZF4. So what this one is going to do is give you more light in extreme situations, right? So if you want to, for example, set your output light to the lowest, there is basically this light button here, and according to how many press you give it, it will go to the point that you are or the flash intensity that you want, and basically it will be continuing to do that, right? And as I just said earlier, if you click the light button, it will show you how much battery you have left, and if you click the on and off button, it will turn off. Both of them have a USB-C to recharge them. Here the time, I already said it earlier, and I don't really know specifically what the outputs are. There is one YouTuber that I will link his video down below that kind of tested it in some environments, but that's not universal. It depends on what setting you use, but he explained it way better than me. So I will direct you down below in the link in the description to his video, so you can go check it out. But for what I've seen and for my testing is that you need to set basically, oh sorry, I flashed. You need to set basically each point according to the meters that you have from your subject. So what I would advise, or what has worked for me, is that if the subject is like at 1 meter from me, I will use the first, only 1. 2 meters, 2, 3 meters, 3, 4 meters, 4, and 5 and above, I will use the higher intensity of light. And that's what I've seen that is working the best. So it's probably even the easiest way, since you cannot really control it in camera, to at least have some kind of, you know, understanding on how much the intensity is going to be. This one obviously has, as any flash, it has a really small output of light here. So that means that the light is going to be really harsh on your subject. There is a diffuser that they actually sell to. Unfortunately, they didn't send it to me, so I couldn't test it with a diffuser. But there is a diffuser. But if you don't have a diffuser, you can always put like a white paper in front of it, or whatever, something that can diffuse the light a little bit in an extra job. So what I will suggest is that you will buy the diffuser with it. Everything will be down below in the link, so that everything will be nice and spread out, because it can be really harsh because of, you know, the small beam light that it's outputting so much intensity of light, right? So of course, while I was talking, I've shown, of course, some picture example that I have taken with this, and what I think this one will actually be best for, this flash will be best for, it's most probably with macro photography, especially because macro photography, most of the time you need a lot of light depending on what lens you're using. So this could come really handy with the diffuser, of course, but if you want to go a bit more artistic, this without diffuser can really get the job done. What I will not advise to do with this is to put it with a lens that has a battery extension that is really long, because it's gonna show in your pictures. For some reason, even if you use like a smaller camera and then you put like a longer lens on the front of your camera, it's gonna show. So you have to always use like a pancake lens or a shorter kind of length of lens and it would not show, but as for now, that's what has happened to me. It has shown in my pictures when I had my 16 to 35 2.8 plus the adapter, the Viltrox adapter on my S5IIX. It showed, as you see in the pictures that I have shared and I have just shared. So my final thoughts, right? So this, I love it. It's really, really good, especially, you know, for like parties. You don't want to bring all of that super big ass flash that we all used to just take and bring with us to parties or to whatever we are going to have a shooting. And this is amazing because it's so short, and I think with the diffuser it will be an amazing flash by keeping in mind how to set it up when you're shooting, right? Because you don't want to blow someone face up and then ask them again, oh sorry, stay here, let me take the picture again, right? So it's good, it's really good, but you need to know somehow what you are doing, right? And it can be used for birthdays, it can be used for casual, like I did with my kids. That's most probably what I would used to do when I'm like at home and I have closed everything. I can use it with my kids, or I'm a birthday party with my kids and I'm using like a smaller camera and I don't want to use my bigger cameras. This is the perfect choice for that occasion. It's perfect for family pictures. That's basically it. So yeah, write me down below what your thoughts are on this. There are many more reviews coming from now on because I'm going to switch up a little bit this channel, but we will talk about them in the next videos. And someone has written me a message. And yeah, I'm actually currently sitting here and I have actually a flu. I'm sick, but I gotta put this video out there because I have dragged it too long because of personal things that I'm going through and such. So I finally, even today that I had a little bit of time, I was like, let me just sit down, get myself a bit tidy, nice. I have maybe a bit of cream on my face so I don't look like a dead man walking. And yeah, but hey, YouTube is the higher goal and we want to keep the game moving, so we got to do what we're gonna do. Thank you, Zeniko, for sending this flashes by. Hope this review, it's something that you guys will be pleased with. And yeah, I'm Sam Watting and I'm gonna see you in the next one.